Alright, so in this tutorial I'm going to be going over pretty much all the bells and whistles. Well, almost all of it. I cut out the parts where it's kind of minute details that may just drive some students crazy. So I figured it wasn't worth showing that part. Anyway, I'm going to play it. Left and front. Okay, so that's what it is. And basically it's called your name, ball, squash, and stretch, higher bounce, and hang time exercise. I'm gonna chuck that on the side for now. And here's the previous file that I worked on. Pretty mundane. It's a good contrast to see it when you leave out the squash and stretch and anticipation and all that. So I'm just gonna go to frame 1. I grab all of it like so. Frame 1 in the graph editor. Just gonna press backspace only in the graph editor like that. Back to square 1. Again, nothing here, and you see everything else is hidden, just like I've done in all the other tutorials, right? Hopefully everyone watched through all of them because they build upon each other and they remind each other in terms of the workflow. So left and front, top, bottom. Okay, I'm gonna just build from scratch, and I'm gonna explain everything that I do and why and how. As you can see, the what do you call that? The move all, the pink one, the big one is hidden. Only the essentials are here. I'm gonna grab all the controllers. As you can see, I can double check that there's no values. You just never know. Alright. I have the spin ball hidden. Okay. Alright, let's begin. Grab everything. Frame 1, hit S. And I grabbed everything, like I said before, in order to have a clear marker on all my major key poses, so I know when and where everything will be animated, not just haphazardly placing keyframes whenever, however I want. So I did the first one. Then I want to have a moving hold. Not a moving hold, but a static hold, so that the viewer can get kind of some leeway, you know, of nothing happening for at least a couple of frames. So I grab everything, go to frame 1, middle mouse, click and hold the middle mouse, drag it up until frame 7, let go of the middle mouse, press S. Here we are. As you can see, everything here. See? So that's my static hold. Then I'm gonna hold. I'm gonna scrub forward in time, Alt and the sign right here, the greater than less than. Anyway, so and I'm gonna go for 3 frames. I'm gonna grab everything. Frame 7, hold Alt and this guy right there. 1, 2, 3. Hit S to lock in a keyframe here. Again, nothing happening. At frame 10, all I want to happen is, you could say, 1 second, a bit of a squash on frame 10. 3 frames for the squash. That's the other thing I want to share too, is that to show these, you know, micro little expressions of anticipation and whatnot, all you need is like, you know, 3 frames here, 4 frames here, maybe 6 or so. Yeah. The reason why I'm mentioning is that a lot of students, they'll just pile on the frames. I don't know why. I used to do the same thing, so I'm understanding. But yeah, you don't want to do that. Anyway, frame 10, right? Everything is keyframed, right? Frame 10. See all these dots. Select the top squash on frame 10. As you can see, there's a marker on for that. I want to squish it, and you'll see it here, right? Squish, and it updates like so. Squish. So it went down, you know, like negative 0.588 units or so. You know, let's just grab it, hold shift, middle mouse, yank it some more, right? Shift and middle mouse, yank it down, like squish it like that. You don't want to do this, right? Because it just looks ridiculous, you know? Something like that. Just like how the really good animator Alan Becker said, you know, you want to squash it, but you don't want to, what's the word I'm looking for? You don't want to compromise the volume, the mass of your character enough so that it gets distracting. Whatever. So here, now here, I want the squash to be instantaneous, meaning that here, this is for the squash, top squash, which is this guy. This here is my static hold. This handle, right, I want to break it. I'm going to close that. Here it is. See? Break it. Jaggedy lines. I'm going to scoot forward, scrub forward, right around here. Grab this handle. Yank it down. See? So all these exercises is for you, the student, to get accustomed to the behavior of the graph editor and the behavior of the rig, you know? How it updates. You select it like that, left click and just kind of make it steep so it smooshes fast. Smoosh. Smoosh. All in 3 frames. Smoosh. And just to double check, all the other control handles have their landmark keyframes, which is good. Anyway, I'm gonna grab all the keyframes, not the keyframes, but the handles, control handles, right? As you can see here, boom, 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 and boom. And then I'm going to go forward 2 frames from here using this, right? 1, 2. Only 2 frames. Hit S. Bing. That locks in our position, right? Our landmarks. It's like, let's say if you're traveling through the woods and then you're not too sure, right? You place little markers to help guide you, knowing how to come back home or whatever. It's sort of like that. Kind of, sort of, you know, because you gotta know where each marker is. So here, this frame 12, this is my, from 7 to 10 is the squash. Frame 12 is gonna be the stretch, because it's gonna release that energy upward. Stretch it like that. See, I pull up, bang. And here, press F, frame it, Alt Shift, right mouse click, smash it down, Alt, right mouse, zoom in, like so. So you can start to see the behavioral patterns of these lines, right? Grab this, and I'm gonna scoot back here so you can kind of see it updating. I want it to just blast off. So if I pull up, if I pull down, and maybe like that. So it's not gonna blast off. It's gonna kind of take its merry old time. Shoot, shoot. Alt and V as in Victor. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so that's what's gonna happen. It squishes because it's building up energy, and it's also a form of anticipation, and then it pops, bang, releasing that energy, right? Stretch, which is here, and then it's gonna scoot in the air, right? So I grab all of it, right? All of it. And you don't move it. You do not move it. If you move it, this is what happens. I've had numerous students do this. Be careful of this, right? All I'm going to do is just set a marker. I grab all of it, and then middle mouse click and hold on frame 12. Middle mouse drag it, yank it over to frame 18. Let go of the middle mouse, press S. So it's just copy and paste it here. Don't mind this. It's just doing this because the other thing to share is that it does this, where even though it's the same keyframe, it does this stupid crap over here. Yeah, it'll probably bug out some students. What I can do is just grab this. This here is this guy. See this little dot? That's the top squash, right? It's just what it does. You grab it. I'll use this. Flatten it so it doesn't start to trip you out. Okay, it's just basically the same frame. Frame 18, right? Right. You know how I copy and pasted it to here, from here to here, right? With all the controllers, right? Well, since I put my landmark, frame 18 is the distance or the frames, right? 6 frames for it to reach the high point. But I'm just putting the markers ahead of time. I'm gonna grab this, only the center of gravity, right? COG, only that. And I'm gonna yank it. Press F over here so you can see. One second. So I grabbed the ball control. I yanked it up. I'm just kind of eyeballing it, right? That's frame. Let's just make it 25 even then. Yeah, 25. Right, that's the COG, your main driving force up here. Then what I'm gonna do is unclick. But remember, this here is not grabbing everything. When I do this, this is grabbing everything, where it's all white and one green. That's how you know that this is bad, because this literally, you know, looks like grabbing everything, whereas you only want this, right? So you could tell the difference, right? What I want to do is grab the top stretch and squash, and I want to make it just regular 0. See? And again, this is teaching and showing how these guys look like in relation to the actual movement, right? This going down is my controller, right? See this? Right? That. So it's the default 0, but I'm gonna squish it in some more, because at the peak, a ball at its high point is gonna reabsorb its mass. It's gonna compact into itself. If you look at a bouncing golf ball, when it reaches the high point, it's gonna squash into itself. but not a lot, but just enough. Anyway, so that's what I did. At a negative number. From there, what I'm going to do is here, right? And then grab all of it. Okay. Oh wait, I'm also gonna grab this, the bottom squash, right? On frame 18, always know where you are. I'm gonna pull it up like so. See? Okay. I'm gonna grab all the controllers, right? As you can see, all white, one green. That means I grabbed all of it. I want to have a hang time in there. Okay, from frame 18. It's gonna stall in the air. And I want to have it hanging. So frame 18, middle mouse click and hold, middle mouse drag it to frame 27. At frame 27, you let go of the middle mouse, press S. See? Here's my hang time. Translate Y, hang time. I want to go back to here, explaining why this frame count. From frame 12, which is this pop, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 frames. It feels like, you know, just my intuition of making it 6 frames is a good number. Later on I'll show how to quickly trim it down or add more. But for now, 6 frames is just a healthy, safe number. That's the reason why I went 6 frames. Here, I want to overly emphasize the hang time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 frames for the hang time. Okay. Hang time. But you see how it's stuck in the air? See? I'm gonna grab my COG, center of gravity, go right around here-ish, translate Y, which is this. I'm gonna grab this handle, left click on it, precisely over here, kind of yank it up, grab this one, left click on here, do that. Shift, Alt, right mouse, kind of stretch and pull wide, Alt, middle mouse to pan. I'm gonna go back here-ish, see? This is again the COG, this beginning contact, scrub, this is scrub. I'm gonna grab this controller, gonna break it, jaggedy lines, grab this handle, left click onto it carefully. See, there's the takeoff. It's gonna fire off. See this handle? See this handle? Oopsie. Grab it like that. Something like that. Clean arcs. See this hang time? And then coming back down. I'm gonna grab all the controllers, right? See, and then it's gonna come crashing down. I'm losing amount of frames, so I'm gonna type in here 50. I'm gonna grab here, stretch it, giving me more runway. And then how many was this? 19 minutes? Damn it! Grab all of it, right? Hang time, and I wanna come back to the landing. Instead of manually going in there, I'm gonna go backwards to here. I'm gonna just copy and paste it, not literally, but from here, auto controller selected, all white, one green, middle mouse click on it, on frame 12, middle mouse drag it, middle mouse, go to frame, what, 33? Right here. Let go of the middle mouse, press S. Bang. See? Click outside. I'm going to first and foremost attack the COG. This is what I want, the up and down. Translate Y, press F, zoom in, grab this handle, break it, grab this side, see the jaggedy lines, left click onto it, do that. Alt Shift right mouse to pull, stretch, whatever, like so. Grab this handle carefully, make a strong arc like that. Zoom out a bit. Then also grab the stretchy part, right? The stretchy part. Know where you are on the frame count. Here's my translate Y, top squash, press F in here, right? And I'm gonna go back into the hang time. So I wanna talk about this. This straight line is the hang time for the top squash. And in here, I'm gonna grab this handle like that. And then here, see what's happening? And then here, there's a handle. See? So it goes like that. It's a bit much. So yeah, I think I'll grab all of this like this. Since it's too much, I'll just grab it as a pair, right? Hold Shift, middle mouse, yank it up, so it kind of makes it less so intense, like that. Okay, then I'm going to grab, damn, it's 22 minutes. Grab this one, the bottom one, same thing, right? Translate Y, bottom squash, which is here. Grab the two handles, like that. Zoom in between, grab it like that. These two, right? Or you could just grab this, select it, handle, pull that, select that, handle, hover over it like that. Get your arc, see? And then go back to here, and then here, at the takeoff zone, Alt Shift right mouse to squish it down like this. The view looking wise, scrub forward a bit, right? This is scrubbing forward for this part. I'm gonna break the tangent. Just do this just to get clean arcs. Over here, scrub here. I'm gonna break the tangent like that for the bottom. Ooh. Okay. All right. That's 33. Now, grab all of it. I'm going to go and it's gonna squish down to absorb the impact, absorb all its weight coming back all at once. This is gonna be 1, 2, only 2 frames at frame 35. Only 2 frames. Hit S with all the handles selected, the animation controllers selected. Let go of everything. Only grab this, and then I'm going to squish it down. See? Which is this. which is here. Close this, right? There. See? This scrubbing. This scrubbing. Grab this, break the handle. Reason why is I want a really quick squish, see? Like that. That's why I broke it. See? Grab all the controllers, right? And then I want to have it settle back to its original shape. Grab all of it, middle mouse, hover over here, clicking, holding the middle mouse, drag it to frame 38, let go, press S. So it takes 2 frames to absorb the impact and 1, 2, 3 frames to come back to normal. But as you can see, nothing is happening because it's just a duplicate, pose. I'm gonna grab just the top squash and channel box, just type 0. Here, break the tangent, because the top squash, I want it to rapidly come back to its original shape. See? I'm doing it right in the middle so you can see the update. Again, left and front. Let's play it. Alt V. Last thing I need to do is just to add rotation. I grab my spin all. As you can see, all the keyframes are set, which is great. But I have all this crazy stuff going on here. And rotate Y. Alright, let's see what rotational value I want. Left and front, I want it to spin like this, right? See? That's my rotate X. See? So I'm gonna find my point. This is a takeoff. Rotate X, spin all. Only want that. This is the beginning. This is the end. But I got all this speed bumps. Because if I yank this up, right, for the full rotation, okay, I don't know, 720, 2 rotational spins, hit enter, press F, right? This is what I want to show for the rotation. See all this? Nothing's happening because it's locked down, it's zeroed out. So from here, which is here, all of this, I don't need this. Press backspace if within the graph editor. Now it's clean, clear pathway. Uh-oh, I think I deleted the wrong one. It's supposed to be here. This is the point of contact. So it's okay. I know it's here. Select this, spin all, rotate, hold shift, middle mouse, drag it. The shift action makes it straight. See? And then I'm gonna here, this is where everything stops, so I'm just gonna continue my workflow. Press S so that you can see it like that, straight. See? I think I also want to squash it some more, like here. See? I grab it, top squash, just to translate Y, exactly where I know where it needs to be. 35. Hold shift, middle mouse, yank it down so it squishes like that. This and this one is here, see? And this one is there, and then it's gonna pop. And that's it. So that was 30 minutes, but I'm showing all the, you know, little nuances or broad strokes, right, and setting it all up. I can honestly say that this is what they, you know, also teach at, you know, nearly all pretty good like art schools, like animation and whatnot, you know, because that's what was taught to me and whatnot. And your upper level professors too, they will I pretty much bet on it that they'll be showing something really like this as well, right? Because it's universally understood, because it goes back to traditional animation, locking down your key poses, right? Your contact points, your highs, your lows, your squashes, where everything is known where they're supposed to be. Alright, so that's it. That's 32 minutes. And yeah. So you want to name this basically this. Your name, ball, squash and stretch, higher, bounce and hang time, exercise. That's what you want to name it. And then, you know, to chuck it into your folder on the W drive, making a separate folder to save it. And that's the end of that. Alright, bye.